Hey everyone, I'm your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Friday, November 10th, 2017. Now, what's going on today is that we've got the moon right here, still in Leo, of course, where it was yesterday, bringing our attention to just being happy, wanting to be happy and light and playful and do things that it is that we love and that we enjoy and just feel good about life once again, okay? I think that was what was going on yesterday. With the moon here in a square to Mars in Libra, I think we wanted to have fun with other people. We wanted to be out and about with other people, enjoy other people's company, work with other people, or just feel good doing something that it is that was important to us, okay? I think that was what was happening last night. I think there could have been a lot of communication too that was coming in with the moon making a trine as well to Mercury and Sagittarius. Lots of communication with other people too about what it is you can do to do something new, to go on some new journey, to be happy and to find the excitement in your life once again. I think there was a lot of that was going on. Okay, that was, I think, ended up being a pretty good night last night. All right, now there's still some heavy stuff here with all these planets in Scorpio that's on our mind, that we're thinking about, that's maybe weighing us down a little bit, maybe some big changes that we're thinking about making here so that we can get on some new journey that it is that we're doing, as well as just figuring out what we really want and desire and need, okay? That's some heavy stuff going on, but I think despite all this heavy stuff about some big changes that we need to make, we were able to find the happiness a little bit, find more joy in our life yesterday, and do a lot of communicating and talking about things that are on our mind and what we want and need, okay? So I think it was a pretty good night. Mercury here in Sagittarius is ahead of all of these Scorpio planets, where a lot of these Scorpio planets will be. So I think our mind, we're a little more forward thinking. Our feelings are a little bit behind us now, and our feelings have to catch up to where our mind is, and mentally what we know is coming, and mentally where we want it to go. And I think we're thinking a lot about our future and about what's happening because of that at the end of the last night and into this morning, trying to prepare for some new big exciting adventure that we're going on as we go there, okay? So I think that was what was happening for us last night and into early this morning. Now, once we get further on into the day this morning, we do have the moon here, and this actually isn't going to happen until 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. Oh, got to clean this up over here. Isn't going to happen until 2 o'clock Mountain Time, but we're going to have the moon come over the north node, as you can see it in this chart, where after we've been kind of thinking about our life and about our future and about some new journey that it is that we want to go on, as we're thinking perhaps about some changes that we need to make to allow ourselves to go more fully into this journey and into this new thing here, I think we begin to perhaps think really seriously about our future and about what it is that we want, and to make big steps to get to our future, to do what it is that we need to do, the things that are important to us, and to go on this journey that it is that we see coming with the moon here on the nodes making a square to the sun. Now, when the moon makes a square to the sun, that makes it a waxing moon. Waxing moons usually do indicate endings, ending one thing and starting to readjust your perspective to do another thing that is new at the new moon. So I think we're trying to get rid of some old things from the past here to do something new that we need to do to make some big changes in life where Scorpio is. Scorpio rules changes, to do something new here where Saturn will be and all these planets will be eventually. And I think that's what we're trying to figure out. Now, waxing moons don't always happen on the nodes, which is where they're going to be today. So I think as we're trying to end something from the past, okay, or end some old ways of thinking and an old way of life so that we can make some changes to step into some new things and new chapters that it is that we need to do, I think we're feeling extra energized to do it. The nodes here are giving you a little push, saying, okay, it's time to do it, to come in here and to really begin to make some changes and get on board where your life is going, and to feel okay with it, okay, and to make all the last minute things that you need and get everything in last minute before Saturn leaves Sagittarius. And I think that's what we begin to realize as we get further and further through the day. I think it started last night when we were feeling lighter and more communicative with other people. I think you're going to start to feel it a little more at 2 p.m. Mountain Time with the waxing moon, and then I think you're going to start to feel it even more towards midnight Mountain Time here when we get another really pretty aspect coming in, which is going to be a grand fire trine with the moon in Leo, making a very pretty trine over here to Saturn. The moon also making a trine over here to Uranus, and then Uranus and Saturn also in a trine themselves. So I think as we've been thinking about lately, do I want to go back to the past, or do I want to go back to the future, or do I want to go to the future? Like, what do I want to do? go back to my life in the way it was or move forward, I think what comes in today and what starts to kick into place at this waxing moon is no, you can't go back to the past. You have to go to the forward. You have to move into this new territory. And I think at night, things start happening very, very fast to help you move in this direction, to help you figure out where your journey is going, to help prepare you for when Saturn comes into Capricorn here. And I think it's going to be a bunch of energy, really fast, really passionate, saying this is your story. This is where things are going. If you had any questions about your life and about what you wanted or about what you needed, I think answers are going to be coming. I think things are going to be happening that are going to be very, very defining and are going to give you a lot of insights into your future coming in here. And I think that's what's going on, where you're going to start to make the moves to get on board with this thing and with where your life is going. And I think as a lot of these things are happening very fast for you, you're also making some more last minute changes to say, what do I need and what do I want to get on board with this journey to do what it is that I want to do, and how can I ensure that I'll get there. And I think a lot of stuff is going to start falling into place at the end of today very quickly about what is happening in your life and about where it needs to go. So I'm very excited about it with what's happening. Of course, Saturn here in your ninth being something new that you're thinking about your journey, and Uranus too bringing insights and allowing you to break free from some things that are holding you back to start to move forward into this new life that it is that you've been working on for the past 2.5 years, and to make the changes that you need to get there. All right, just to make sure that I said that very clearly for you all so that you know what my message is and where I stand on today. A good day to act, a good day to initiate. I think, even though it's a waxing moon, I think it's a very good day to get some things done, to make some things happen so that you can get on this journey that you need to go on, accept your life, love your future, and really move forward in really big ways into a life that you have coming to you that I think is really good and is going to be better for you, okay? So that's what's happening there. While that's going on, we also have Venus in a conjunction with Jupiter here, which to me is a lot about relationships, a lot about money, a lot going on there. Maybe some changes you need to make with relationships or with money. Changes maybe in regards to what makes you happy or what makes you comfortable in some way as well. I think that's going on too, because it's conjunct Jupiter. I think whatever changes you're making in relationships or in money are going to ultimately be good for you in some way and are ultimately going to work out in your favor, even if they are uncomfortable and even if they are hard and even if they are intense. Some intense changes, endings and beginnings coming in here you may have to make with Venus conjunct Jupiter, but I think in the end it's going to be good for you and it's going to be better as you move forward. And I think that's one thing that's coming in here. On top of that, we also do have where are we? The Sun here in a sextile with Pluto. Okay, saying that if you can make some of these changes in your life and or begin some things that it is that you need to begin as you're going on this new journey, or to prepare for this new journey that you're going to really have to commit to at the end of this year, it's really going to help you to move up in the world, to have the reputation that you want, and to just move forward on some things that are really big and really important to you and can just help you in a major way move your life in the direction that it is you want to move in. Now, you may have to think about your life in different ways, your life direction, where your life is going, and reconceptualize where you thought your life was going and who you thought you were and how you get there. But I think if you can focus on making these changes and doing these things differently to let in more of a life that it is that you really want and that really resonates with you, it is definitely going to help you, especially if you focus on ending and beginning some things, okay? So that's what's going on there. Look at me, I'm making the chart messy again and y'all want it clean. I can't help it. So that's what's happening there. And then the last thing I want to mention here is Saturn making a square over here to Chiron and a trine to Uranus as well. While we're trying to make some last minute changes in our life to do some new thing, and while we're trying to kickstart our life and get some insights about our journey and move forward, I think we're still feeling a little bit uncomfortable about some new thing that it is that we're doing, how we're moving forward, what it is that is happening. And I think we're having to learn as all this is going on to overcome those uncomfortable feelings about something new that we're doing, about some big new commitments that we're making, and just move forward and to let them all happen, okay, and to be okay with what is going on. And I think now that Saturn's slowly starting to come off of Chiron, and with this waxing moon on the nodes, and with this fire trine, I think you really are saying, you know what, if it hurts, it hurts. This is something I got to do. I got to go on this new journey. I got to go into this new direction. Things are happening very fast. I can't resist it anyways. And I need to go in this new thing. I need to make the changes to get on board with this new thing. And I think that's the energy that's coming in big time tonight, is you just saying, you know what, I can't, whatever. I can't change what's happened. This is what's going on now in my life, and it's full speed. 100 miles per hour forward in the direction that you need to go in, doing something new, exciting, different, okay? So that's what I see for you going on here. I think the fire trine, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I think the fire trine is going to be really good for my air and my fire signs here, but could be hard for my water and my earth signs, or for some people who do have a lot of water or earth in their chart. Although I do think that the Scorpio planets over here are going to protect you from some of the more negative aspects that could go on here. So I think it's going to be good for all of us here, but I think my air and my fire signs are going to feel the most energized at the end of the day, moving in to tomorrow, while my water and earth signs may have to adjust to it a little bit more. Okay. So that's what I see going on for you. Now your card for the day is the Knight of Cups. I love this card so much. This to me is a happy card of emotions, good emotions, lots of feelings coming to you here in a really big way. Normally when it's upright, they're good feelings. And I think the message here is to take all of this emotional stuff that's coming in, that you feel that you're trying to make sense of, to be more comfortable with your life and really build on it so that it can last, so that you can find the stability with it, so that you can commit to doing something that is important to you. All right. I think that's the message of this card. If you don't feel good and if you don't feel happy, maybe the message here is to figure out what you need to do to feel comfortable emotionally and have some more of these good emotions come in, or to figure out how to build on them so that you can keep these good feelings, so that they don't just last and blow away with the wind, whenever something happens. Okay, so I think that is what is going on for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.